Crash Out Podcast, Incredible Film, Crash Out Podcast. Y'all niggas better crash out.
Shout out to Incredible Films. It's your girl Lil Kayla in the building. You know, we lit. Period.
Shout out to Incredible Films on the Crash Out Podcast. Y'all tune in.
Shout out to Incredible Films and the Vance Podcast, after my podcast, the Crash Out Podcast, gang gang. Man,
don't be scared, don't be no punk name, then you gon' be heard.
We ain't talking about shit.
Crash out.
Yeah, you already know she man Radio Big Mac. We out here. Shout out to the Crash Out Podcast.
And we are live on the Crash Out Podcast. I think this is gonna be one of them ones, man. I think this is gonna be one of them ones. This is one of them episodes I've been wanting to do for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Bring out, you know, some of the legends, some of the pioneers. You know what I'm saying? You know, this episode I'm really excited about, man. You know, growing up in Stockton, the music game, it was certain people that really, you know, stuck out in the music game for all the work they put in and doing it the right way. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So I know y'all remember To The Face Records. You know what I'm saying? Man, for every artist that I know, that was one place you wanted to be a part of. That was, man, you wasn't rapping in Stockton if you didn't know about To The Face. And every rapper was like, man, I want to get on that. I want to get on that label. It was like the real record label feeling, the closest thing we ever got to an actual brick and mortar major label in our town. You know what I'm saying? They really put their work in, man. So I got the homie, you know, the real Richie as shit is in the building. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm about to bring him back out. Y'all share live. Y'all know what time it is, but this is the Crash Out Podcast. I do want to say we are looking for sponsors to promote. So if you got a business or you got something going on that you want to promote, you know what I'm saying? We are once again, it is that time that we are looking for sponsors right now. You know what I'm saying? But without further ado, you know, we about to get, well, I think that's him right now. Somebody got the motherfucking dough. Let's go ahead and check it out. You feel me? Let's see you in this motherfucker. Richie Rich, the general. Is you in the building, brother? I think he might be driving or something. You're gonna have to clock back in. You're gonna have to pop out and pop back in. It's all black, brother. Yeah, he might be driving or something. Yeah, you're gonna have to retap the link, Brody. Yeah, but yeah, as we wait for him to pop back in and drop some gems, I got some questions I want to ask him. If y'all got some questions, feel free to, you know, put your questions up. You feel me? I know a lot of y'all, oh, Johnny Smith said I wanted to get on the label. Man, for sure. Mitchell boy, what's good? For sure. If you was doing any kind of music in Stockton, you for sure wanted to be a part of To The Face. You know what I'm saying? You was excited to see it. It was on Persian right there. You feel me? Every time motherfuckers passed by, it was just real big, real visible. A lot of classics was made in that motherfucker. A lot of good networking was done from To The Face. You know, so I'm really, really, really excited to have Richie Rich in the motherfucking building, the motherfucking general is in the building. So we're gonna let him pop back in. If y'all got questions, go ahead and put the questions on the chat. You feel me? But yeah, we're gonna get this motherfucker cracking. What's good with you, boy?
There we go, bro. What's happening, man? I didn't know when people start calling you and shit, this shit was gonna cut off like that.
You know what? I didn't either. I'm like, man, that shit just blacked out. But welcome to the Crash Out Podcast, brother.
What's going on, bro? How you feeling?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Doing good. So I think this is a good time for people to really get to know the real you. and really have a chance to, you know what I'm saying, really get to know the real you, really get to know the story behind the legend. You feel me? I think this is a really good chance. But so besides that, how you doing today, brother?
I'm doing very well, man, and I'd like to thank you for having me on your podcast, brother.
Hey, anytime, anytime. So I got a question for you. Before the label, who were you as a person? Not like as an entrepreneur, as an artist, but who were you as a person before the label?
Before the label, I was just a kid surviving, trying to understand the world around me. You know what I mean? I was very observant. You know what I mean? Watching how people move and why they made choices they made.
Okay, 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 okay. So, like, what was your interest besides business and stuff like that? Like, what were you interested in, like, growing up? What's your origin story?
Well, I'm basically a product of the game, bro. You feel me? Like, I grew up in a household where, my dad was in the game. You feel me? So I was from the hood when I was born in the hood. You feel me? So it was just like, Pops was part of the cartel, so I was adopted into the game. You feel me? Fresh off the court. You know what I mean? I wasn't born in, I was sworn in. You know what I mean?
I like that. I like that. What do you feel like is parts of your environment that push you towards like music instead of away from it?
Well, the music, what you said, what brought me towards the music?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, what parts of your environment pushed you towards the music instead of away from it? Like, what made you gravitate towards it?
What really made me gravitate towards the music was my little brother. You feel me, Tiz? You know what I mean, aka Young Slick. You feel me? He wanted to be a rapper. You know what I mean? He was just trying to find a way to get produced at the time. You feel me? Like, how can a motherfucker produce me? You feel me? But I didn't really know nothing about the game, so I told him, why don't you go over there to your cousin Roddy house? You feel me? He had the album out Crucial back then. You know what I mean? He was on
Hmm.
the radio, and I was in the street, so I really didn't know nothing about that. So what pushed me towards the game was really just having the love for it after I got involved in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once I started getting involved in it and moving CDs state to state and being, getting on the mic and really like putting it down the way I put it down on the mic, I was like, man, I love this shit.
Man, so it was really in your heart, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. And man, that's very interesting. A lot of that information I never knew. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what lessons from the street still guide your business decisions today?
So the lessons from the streets that guide my business today
Yeah.
is basically, you know what I mean, keeping that hustling mentality, staying motivated, you know what I mean, not letting nothing stop me, you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be obstacles in a way. It's gonna be people that really, hating on you and not really trying to give you the love that you deserve. Like, I've been in the game for years, you know what I mean? And people still don't want to mention to the face for some reason. You feel me? When they know they didn't grew up on it. You know what I mean? They didn't grew up on to the face, but we never get no mentions and no shout outs, but it's all good.
I feel it. I feel it. What made you come up with the name Two Face? How did that name come about?
That came about with it was me and my little brother Sal. We was thinking of a name for the record label, you know what I mean? Because I was once on Funk Mob Records, you feel me? And this is when we did our own thing. We branched off because Roy had got, you know what I mean, he had got too old for, he wanted to grow up with his kids. You know what I mean? He didn't want to be on the road and do this thing. So he came to us. He gave us all our masters and everything. And it's like, listen, little girl, y'all need to get out and do your own thing now because you know what I mean. I need to be here with my kids. I'm missing too much. You know what I mean? He missing too much time with his kids. So I was like, okay, cool. So me, Tiz, and the rest of us, DRP, and everybody, we decided, you know what I mean, to come up with our own label. And we was, you know what I mean, we were just thinking, just trying to come up with a name. And me and my brother Phil was in the room smoking. And we was like, man, he was like, man, we went through a couple of different names, and he was like, man, to the face. I said, man, that sounds catchy. And from then on, it's just been like to the face.
I like that. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. Uh, yeah, because that was a very unique name. It was very marketable. Like it's a statement. You know what I'm saying? It's a statement, and I think it was a great name for a rap record label and for a
Thank
record label.
you.
In general. So, like, so let me ask you, what did hip hop represent to you before it became a business?
Was it hip hop? I can barely hear you, bro.
Yeah, what did hip hop represent to you before it became a business?
Oh, before it became a business, it represented everything. You know what I mean? This is what we grew up on. You know, I grew up on the NWA, the Two Shorts. You know what I mean? The Run DMCs and all that. It represented everything to me. It was it was a way that we can express ourselves. It was a freedom of speech type thing. You know what I mean? That you can really like just say what you wanted to say. So it represented everything.
Wow, y'all was rocking for years, man. Like years. Like, man, it was just like one legendary move after another. You know, when it came down to it. But what was the lowest moment in the journey that almost ended Two Face?
The lowest moment I would say happened is when man, we had a couple low moments to be honest, but what stands out to me today is when when kids went to the Fed and then I ended up going to the Fed. That was kind of like one of the lowest moments. Like it was like wow, you feel me? I was out, he was in. Then once he came out, I was in. So it was kind of like you feel me? I was stuck between a rock and a hard spot. You feel me?
Yeah. Damn. So it's like y'all couldn't stay out at the same time long enough to really. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Dang. That's wild. Uh, so, like, when people hear To The Face years from now, what do you want it to stand for?
I wanted to stand for, I wanted to stand for motivation because when you say to the face, you know what I mean. It's the challenges that you up against every day. When you look in the mirror, it's you. You feel me? So I want people to know that to the face represents you. It represents the way you carry yourself today, tomorrow, and beyond. You know what I mean? To the face is, is something that represents everybody as a whole because you can't you can't necessarily please nobody else until you conquer yourself. You know what I mean? Until you able to give something to somebody else. You know what I mean? So when you say to the face, I want you to face to be known as a legacy of you representing yourself and carrying yourself when nobody else believes in you.
Mm, damn. So, if you could speak directly to the younger self at the start of To The Face, what would you say to yourself?
Wow, wow. I would say keep pushing, man. Just keep pushing. You know what I mean? It's gonna be tons of ups and downs. Life is like a roller coaster. You know what I mean? You're gonna be up one minute and down the next. But you gotta know how to get up and keep pushing. You know what I mean?
Mm, that's deep. That's deep. That's deep. And so, like, what does the world still need To The Face records today? Like, why? Why does the world still need To The Face records today? Why do you feel like there's a need?
Because we represent the underdog. We represent what people don't understand. You know what I mean? Why do you keep doing what you're doing? Is because we love it. You feel me? More than the money, more than anything, we love doing what we do. You know what I mean? I love, I love being in the community and being able to help people and take them off the streets and show them different. You feel me? I love to
Yeah.
be able to be relied upon. Okay, and showing them like, man, you can do it. You know what I mean? Just pushing other people and managing them making things happen. You feel me? I love doing that.
Mm. How do you feel? How do you feel about the 209 rap scene? today? Like seeing the way that it's changed a little bit, you know, with with the heavy use of social media, stuff like that. People are able to promote their shit. You know what I'm saying? What do you feel about the like Stockton and 209 rap scene, how it is today?
I feel like 209 rap scene that came a long way, actually. You know what I mean? And the internet and everything. Because when I was, when I was out there, we didn't have no internet. You know what I mean? So when I
Hmm.
come home, it's all about the internet. Everybody's being pushed on the internet. So I think that's a good look for Stockton. You know what I mean? And it's been a good look for Stockton because before you just only had your peers around you, and you had to get out of the city in order to build a fan base. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yep.
But now you got the world at your fingertips, so it's kind of different. You know what I mean? And it's shining the light on Stockton because I don't think without the internet, the light wouldn't be shined on Stockton. It would have never shined on Stockton. You feel me? So now
Deep. Real.
Now when I come home and I'm like, wow, motherfuckers been made a name, motherfuckers been put it down. You feel me? I
Yeah.
salute it. You know what I mean? Really, I don't salute what people do, but I'm saluting what they did, what they accomplished. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because everywhere we go, we've been always been the underdogs. You know what I mean?
Straight up. Straight up. Straight up.
Nobody really
So,
wanted to give us our respect.
right. That's deep. That's deep. Um, how did how did Fizzle Mountain come about?
How did Sizzle Mountain come about?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that came about because we was working heavily with Mac Dre back then. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
My boy BA from Three Times Crazy was out here in Stockton, and he came up to the studio, and me and him just clicked. And he was telling me about, what I mean, working with Dre and Keith the Sneak. He was always working with Keith, but we never knew because BA had just got out the feds too. So when BA got out the feds, he was designated out here in Stockton, and he was working at Winko's and shit. So he came down. I guess he was looking for a studio, and he seen our studio, and he came in, and I was like, man, I fucks with you, I fucks with your music, nigga. And he was
Yeah.
like, yeah, he was going through some shit, but he don't want to introduce me to Mac Dre. So when he introduced me to Mac Dre, we just like hit it off. You know what I mean? Mac Dre was feeling everything about Stockton. He was like, man, he was like, I'm fucking with y'all. You know what I mean? So him and Fat came up with that Sizzle Mountain. Actually, Fats came up with Sizzle Mountain. You feel me? It was Fat's song.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Man, that's 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 a dope ass story. That's a dope ass
yeah. You,
story.
you,
I'm
you
not
love that
surprised
song.
Drake was fucking with Stockton like that. It was a real one.
Yeah, that song went, man. That song went nationwide before we can even get a handle on that motherfucker to be real with it.
Yeah. It was being played everywhere, man. Definitely was on repeat. Definitely was on repeat everywhere. It wasn't nothing like it. I remember that whole summer. Y'all just the whole summer. It was just everybody's talking about To the Face. Everybody's talking about To the Face. All you hear is Dizzle Mountain, and then that bridged a nice connection with the Bay Area. I think if it wasn't for pioneers like you, a lot of things that we are doing in music today wouldn't even be possible.
Right. And I feel that way too because what I mean, I feel like To the Face gave a lot of inspiration to Stockton. You know what I mean? That we can do it because we was the first ones to shoot independent movies and everything. You know what I mean? From
Hmm.
from Operation Stackola to Stockton Gone Wild Volume One. You know what I mean? Even when Trail Mix did his thing, it was
Stockton
it,
gone wild.
yeah, yeah, it was
Stockton
big.
gone wild had the city on fire, boy.
Man, that was big. They couldn't keep that on the shelf. You know what I mean? They was like, man, even all the news outlets, everybody was talking about it. So it was a very, hot commodity. And it was popular in the city for sure.
For sure. And Operation Stackola, that's one of them classics. It feels like you had a bigger picture for the overall Stockton media scene because it wasn't just music. You're pushing, videos was everywhere at the stores. Everything was very marketable. Stockton going wild, that's hella marketable. I might have been fighting that motherfucker a couple times. Like everybody wanted to get on that motherfucker and throw some hands and shit. And then
Right.
fucking Operation Stackola was hella fucking dope. Like, what what would you say your vision was for the Stockton just entertainment overall?
Well, at that point, at that time, my vision was to bring people to us. You know what I mean? Like we was Hollywood. Like we can do anything Hollywood can do. You know what I mean? So, because we never had that, nobody never gave us no opportunity out here. You know what I mean? Stockton was just Stockton. It's just a little bitty city by the bay. That's it. That's all. You feel me? So
Yeah.
everywhere we went, we wasn't respecting until we did the Stockton Going Wild. Until we did the Operator Stackola, because we was doing what other labels wasn't doing. And what inspired me to actually do Operation Stackola was Mac Dre on CSTV.
Mm, wow. That's wild. That's
You
wild.
know?
That makes sense. And it's crazy how it all came back around in a circle.
Right, right. You know? Because
So,
when we did the Chisel Drizzle show, that's when Mac Dre knew we was one of the biggest climbing artists at that time, biggest climbing labels at that time, because the simple fact is he had just left San Francisco. He had did a show in San Francisco. He had
mhm,
did a show up in Oakland. Then he
mhm,
came to Tracy. We had it cracking in Tracy.
mhm,
And when he came there, the audience was so big out there. Man, we had over 1,200 people there. You feel me? And he
mhm,
and it was a pretty big facility. You know what I mean? But at the same time, when he came there, he was like, man, this is a motherfucking concert right here. You feel me? The next day, that nigga was in my motherfucking office pacing, man. You know what I mean? He was in there pacing, like, man, we got to get this shit cracking. You know what I mean? That really made him believe in the movement and what we was pushing, because we was out there every day from hand to hand. You know what I mean? We had the rap expedition, the rap band. We was out
mhm,
there. You know what I mean?
mhm.
We was pushing
Yeah,
hard.
pushing hard, pushing hard. So, what's next for you? What What are some things that you got your heart set on right now, as far as like business moves and stuff like that?
Right now, man, I got this doc series, man, this cartoon doc series. This movie. You know what I mean? I'm still doing movies, but everything is on the AI tip, and we bringing it back alive, man. Like I said, I done got out here and got a hold of the technology, trying to make it happen.
Definitely, definitely, definitely.
So, and we
Well,
definitely and we got G's. You know what I mean? G's is going crazy right now. He like the fastest climbing artist in Stockton, California right now, in Northern California, to be honest. You know what I mean? He's getting 15,000 views in one day. You feel me?
yeah, 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 yeah. Well, why is it that you have such a great vision when it comes to what people want to see and finding the right talent? Where did that come from?
That comes from just being in the music industry. You know what I mean? And dealing with a lot of different artists. Like, man, as a CEO, I never really turned nobody down that actually had the guts to come to the studio and really like display their talent. Even if they was, you know what I mean, just like that. You know what I mean? I gave them that chance to get better. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh no, you ain't good enough. You know what I mean? It wasn't never like that. So now I just have the ear. I just have the ear for certain types of music. You know what I mean?
That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. Is there anything that you would want to? Is there any advice you can give to young artists that are trying to come up in the rap game community?
Your talent is your talent, and what's for you is for you, man. Just keep pushing. You know what I mean? Because what somebody else don't like, somebody else will love. You know what I mean? So just don't get stagnated and fixated on what people say. You feel me? Because people can say anything. A pair of lips can say anything. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
your dream is not their dream. So
Mm.
you gotta keep pushing for your dream. You know what I mean?
Damn, that's deep. That's deep. You're getting a lot of love in these comments right now. So Johnny Smith said, "What's up to the face? I always want to get on that label." Mel Williams said, "What up?" Norman Boyden said, "What up, Negroes?" Classy Bradshaw, Richie Rich, big ups from the Biggity Biggity O. You feel me? Monique Pendergraft, hey Rich, Bonisha Cooks, my bro, hi Ricky, Ryder Shelton, MOB2DF, you feel me? B Love said, yo, Trail, Montreal Lee, 2DF, you feel me? Mrs. Franklin, she said, hey family. Silk Sinatra said, shout out to the General, Tizzle, and the whole to the face, put on for the stock in a major way. You feel me? It's
Right
that
on. I
you to
appreciate the love.
yeah. They said A1 since day one, man.
That's all
Asking
been,
Mike
man. We
something
really
about
been
the
out here. You feel me? Really been out in these streets. You feel me? No
mm-hmm.
faking. It's all, you know what I mean? Grinding. You know what I mean? All hustle, no luck, baby. That's what we call it. All hustle. You feel me?
All hustle, no luck. That's what's up. That's
No
what's
luck,
up.
baby. It's all hustle.
So do you still like for a lot of the music that was made on there, do you still try to get placements and stuff like that? Like remixes and stuff like that? What do you or do you just kind of leave it as is and just let it do its thing? Like, what do you do with all the music and stuff that you guys made and stuff like
All the
today?
music that we made is, you know what I mean, is on digital distribution. You can get it everywhere. You feel me? It's all on, with Distro Kid and everybody else. You know what I mean? TuneCore. You know what I mean? You can pick it up anywhere. CD Baby, all that. So I just keep it like it is. I haven't done any remixes yet to it. You know what I mean? Um, Mr. Fab, Mac Drake Camp wanted to do Fizzle Mountain over, but I haven't gotten the okay yet.
Mm, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. Is there any? Is there any? Anybody in particular you want to give a shout out to?
I want to give out a shout out to everybody in Stockton doing their thing. No in particular, you know what I mean? For sure, Spears, you know what I mean? AKA Young Slick. I still be calling him Spears. It's AKA Young Slick, you feel me? G's, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Toxic 209, one of our newest artists, you know what I mean? Female artists that's coming out, you know what I mean? Um, everybody from the City Face Camp and beyond, man, and I see everybody else that's out here doing their thing too, you know what I mean? Big Heavy, um, Hustle, you feel me? Everybody, man, you know what I mean? I'm shouting out everybody, man. I love to see it, to be honest. Never been a hater, never will be. It ain't in my bloodline, you feel me?
Straight up, straight up, straight up. Man, with that being said, I just want to say, man, thank you for the work you put in. Thank you for everybody, all the game that you that kicked out to motherfuckers for giving motherfuckers the format. You feel me for staying in the game for so long and representing stock in the right way. There will never be another to the face, and I think that is just super dope. All the work that you put in and the mentality and the vision that you have behind, you know what I'm saying? Just marketing. It's like you're marketing from the spelling, the font that you use, the colors that you use, everything just felt like just big major label. It was just no doubt in it. Like everything about your marketing operation, Stackola, Stockton going wild. Niggas done tried to replicate that so many times. You feel me? I just, man, thank
That
you
was
for
right before
all
the
the work.
internet, so everything was on DVD. So, you know what I mean? To really get out there, you had to be on that DVD. You feel me? So it
Yeah.
was, it was, it was a beautiful thing, man. It was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful time back then because, we had the city like where everybody was just kicking it, was just cool. You know what I mean? I come to Charter Way and say I'm filming Stockton Going Wild, and we got so many people out there where, you know what I mean? The police can't even get to where we filming at because the cars got everybody blocked in where we at. You know what I mean? And this cars from block to block away. You feel me? So
Hmm.
it was just a beautiful time at that time, bro. You feel me? And I felt like Stockton was really at its peak right then and there because it wasn't no violence or nothing. Everybody was kicking it. Like I throw something, and you didn't have to worry about no killing or nothing. You know what I mean? It was just everybody just kicking it and vibing and Sis dancing. And, you know what I mean? Everybody was just chilling, man.
Man, those was the days. I don't know what happened, man. What happened?
I think what happened is, when certain leadership leaves, other things occur. You feel me? Because I always dealt with people from different sides of town. You know what I mean? I'm from the south side of town. You feel me? I'm from the
Mm-hmm.
mob, so it's kind of like it was hard for me to actually talk to other different individuals. But once I started getting into the music industry, it was different. You know what I mean? Like my I'm from the mob, but my studio is out north. You feel me? So anybody that come from the north, from the east to the west to the south, when you come to the face, we all one. You feel me? You leave the
Mm-hmm.
gangs and all that shit. You know what I mean? Outside, and then certain people don't even know other people like that. So once they get to know each other and they get conversing, it don't even be about side of town no more. You know what I mean? They
Mm-hmm.
get to know each other. Everybody cool. Motherfuckers ain't tripping about where you from or none of that. You know what I mean? 'Cause when you walk into the face, we to the face. I've been out west. I've been out east. I've been out north. You know what I mean? Everywhere. You know what I mean? And I didn't threw shit in different places. I didn't threw shit where people can't. I didn't throw events where people can't throw events at. You know what I mean? To try to bring people together. You know what I mean? It
Mm-hmm.
was all about love. You know what I mean? And respect. Basically, it was just, mainly it was about respect. You know what I mean? Everybody giving each other respect. And I didn't go wrong with that, man. And I felt like as soon as I was taken out of the equation, everything just flipped.
Mm. Yep. Think you might be on to something, brother. Well,
That's how
shit. That's a real shit because I lived not far from To the Face, and I would pass by it all the time. And I'm like, dang, he put the studio in the perfect place, hella visible, right there by Stag. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like the location was just something that anybody can get to, and everybody came to that motherfucker with respect.
Right. I didn't work with everybody from all the producers, everybody that came through. You know what I mean? I made sure we worked with them, no matter who they was. Even if you had guts to come in there and say, "Hey, man, let me get featured on something," by that week you probably been on something. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't into turning nobody down, man. You know what I mean? Everybody got their own way of doing things. Everybody got their own artistry. So I'm looking at it like, if I like you as a person, I'm gonna give you a chance. You know what I mean? You come in there respectful, I'm gonna give you a chance. And that's how, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter if you was really good or if you was bad. You feel me? Because I always felt like rapping is like, you know what I mean? It's like a sport. You can be bad, but once you get into training, you can be good. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it.
It's deep, man. Shout outs to
Yeah.
you, shout outs to Tizzle, man. Shout outs to everybody, man. That's just man. Stockton was at a climax at that point, and everybody was real proud to be from Stockton. And it was a time where we can all go and kick it together and go do events and like organize and stuff like that. Now it's just like upside down. It's crazy.
Right.
It's
I didn't do things with Steelers, you know what I mean, with Steelers records. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Me and Sam, we used to hook up and throw shows together. You know what I mean? All that.
Mhm.
We kept it a Stockton thing. You know what I mean? It didn't matter where you was from. It was just a Stockton thing. And I
Facts.
wish we can go back to that. And I'm trying to push for that. You know what I mean? But
Man, what is it gonna take, man? What do you think it's gonna take to get back to where we can all be one again out here?
man, I don't know, man. It's different times right now, but I'm pushing for that though. You know what I mean? I'm pushing for that, man, and trying to do supporting you, but you know, try to bring them up on some financial literacy because a lot of people are just not financially literate to know how to excel in whatever they do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, agreed. And that is a great point. A lot of people are not financially literate, and I think that is I think the first step of getting everything back good is education. We all need to be educated, and it needs to be some money flowing around each other. And we need to figure out something else to do besides just be killing each other. Like, it's wild right now, man. It's wild. I miss them days, though. I miss them days.
There's actually enough money for everybody, you know what I mean? So people don't gotta fight. You don't gotta hate on nobody else to get no money, you feel me? Because there's enough money. If you put your mind to it, there's enough money for everybody, man. There's billions of people in this world. And now that you got the internet, you ain't got no excuse. You know what I mean? Because now,
Yeah.
back in the day, you used to have to rely on your family and friends. Now you don't have to rely on your families and friends. It's bigger than that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If your families and friends are not aboard right now, they will get aboard. They will. They'll get aboard once other people start liking you. Because, like I said, you might not like my music, but there's somebody out there that do. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, and it's all about getting all the people that do all into one network. You feel me? It's like it's wild. Yeah, nowadays you don't even need your family and friends to show up to the show and stuff like that and come support. Man, it's a big old world out there. It's a big old world out there, and you right half the time they're not gonna support you until you pop anyways, which
Right.
is
That's how
wild,
that
which
goes.
is backwards.
That's how that go. But we understand that. You know what I mean? Once you've been doing it for so long, you understand that. You don't even take offense to it no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
Man, it's been deep, man. It's been deep, man. This is one of my favorite interviews right here, man. I feel like I asked you a million questions, but I know you got shit to do. But man, I think, man, I think if the leaders in Stockton were to come together and try to build something or start something new or work on a collaboration project or something, would you be open to being at the sit down?
Of course, anything that's got to do with elevating the 209, I'm with it. You know what I mean? And that's just how that's I've been like that from day one. You know what I mean? Anything that got to do with 209 elevating, I'm with it. But the dumb
So
shit, I'm not. You feel me?
for sure, I'm gonna definitely be thinking of who to call, and I want to have a sit down with a bunch of the leaders so we can all come up with something to try to get our city back. We need to get our city back. We need to get this shit popping again. You feel me?
I definitely agree with that, brother. Definitely.
Off
Man,
top,
you
man. Well,
doing,
I'm
you
gonna let
been
you
doing,
go.
hey, man, you've been doing a lot of good shit too, man. I like this podcast. I like what you're doing, man. And you're a pioneer of this shit too, man. I remember when you first started. You feel me? Like it's a lot that goes into this, man. That I really like. I be kicking back and like, man, Stockton came a long way. You feel
A
me?
long way. A long
Long way.
way. Yeah. Yeah, I've been at it for a minute, man. I'm just trying to do it the right way and hopefully set some trends and hopefully motivate some people to bring something different to the table. You know what I'm saying? Motivate
Yeah.
some people to hopefully be the brain that can change things for the better. Motivate some people to come together because every time I've seen a successful project work, it worked with collaboration.
Right. Right. And that's true. And that's all I've been trying to do. That's the reason why I had South, East, West, North, Conway. Shout out to Dev and Buddha the Stranger. And, I had a lot of different people from everywhere that was part of To the Face, man. It wasn't just a South Side thing, even though I was grounded and you know what I mean, come from the South Side. It was open to anybody that had the guts to come up there and say, "What's up, man? I'm a rapper. I want to be a rapper. I want to do this. I want to promote. I want to film. I want to be an actor. I want to be an actress. I want to be a model. You know what I mean? Anything I want to promote. Anything you wanted to do, we had room for you. It wasn't no such thing as saying no to somebody, turning somebody down. You know what I mean?
And I respect that, man, because you never know who can be what. And you never know. Like sometimes people just need their potential tapped. Just a
Yeah,
little motivation.
sometimes people need that, for you to believe in them. You know what I mean? Because you don't have your own family won't believe in you. You know what I mean? So when you say yes to somebody, that makes somebody say, "Man, I can do this." And if I can push somebody to do something positive, and I didn't achieve my dream of what I really want to do in life. You feel me?
Yeah,
Because
and I think you positively impacted hundreds of thousands of people just by being brave, not only brave enough to put your ideas out there, but to give people an opportunity to show that they're capable of putting their ideas out there too, giving them that type of platform, giving them that opportunity, believing in people. Like I think that's something that will always have its footprint anywhere in the world. You really did that shit. And you brought people together, and it was fun going to the studio. It was fun fucking with To The Face because it was a safe place to be where you could be creative, and it didn't matter what side you was from. Nobody cared about that.
right, right. Definitely, that's definitely the feel. And there's a lot of people that can vouch for that I didn't even really know that I was impacting at the time. You know what I mean? At the time, I was just giving people opportunities because nobody never gave me an opportunity. You know what I mean? So I was just giving people opportunity. I didn't care where you was from, man. If you had skills and you want to do something, let's do it. You know what I mean? This is a record label. We open everything. You know what I mean? We doing movies, we doing documentaries, we doing everything. You a model, then come on, we gonna put you in the movie. We gonna put you in the movie. We gonna put you in the music
Hmm.
video. You know what I mean? You
Hmm.
can come out here and promote with us. You know what I mean? It was just opportunity. Like, come on, let's do it.
Yeah, teamwork make the dream work, man. What you do? You cook? Well, shit, come cook at the
You
rap
feel me?
show.
Yeah,
Come, you know what I'm
yeah. We throwing a barbecue over here at the
saying?
park. We gonna need you.
Bring
You
your
know what I
talent,
mean?
man. Bring your talent. Shit, man.
Exactly. That's how it was, bro. For real. No
Straight up,
lie.
straight up,
And that's
straight.
how it still is, and that's what you know what I mean. I keep the opportunities open for anybody that's willing to display their talent, man. And I feel like that. People get at me all the time. And I'll be like, let me listen to something, let me hear something. And if they serious, I'll be like, come on, man, let's do this. You know what I mean? I got a contract for you, and we're gonna move forward because
Straight up, straight up. You know
everything is
what I did notice about To The Face is every rapper that I ever seen rap for y'all was happy.
yeah, yeah. Because they freely to do whatever they want to do. They come in the studios, unlimited studio time. You know what I mean? All you got to do is show up. All you got to do is have your stuff right. We got the engineer in there making music. We got D Good him over there shooting. We got D Good in there shooting film. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It's whatever you want to do. I was telling people, hey, listen, I was telling these cats to get out there and shoot their independent videos before YouTube was even popular, where people was out there shooting independent videos. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, listen, brother. I'm like, listen, man. Y'all get y'all crew together and out there and
Oh, somebody might have called him. Damn, it was just getting good too. But that's true though. He is not lying. He always motivated people to do the dopest shit before it was popular. That's one thing I can say is that that man's mind is something different. Before shit got popular, he was already on it, and he wasn't just talking about it. He would go make some shit happen. So we gonna wait for him to pop back in one time. You feel me? I think he got a call. Uh, I think he got a call, but let's get to some of these comments. If y'all got any questions or anything, if y'all want to pop in and say what's up or something to him, you know what I'm saying? We open to that, pop in, say your piece, be respectful. But yeah, this is a very special moment for the Crash Out podcast. You know what I'm saying? If y'all know, y'all know. You feel me? We got Two Face in the motherfucking building. Chicoya was good. Keyway was popping insane. Mental illness was good. Shout outs to insane and mental illness. You feel me? There you go. What you got at the phone call?
I used to deal with mental illness too, man. All them dudes out of Stockton, man. Everybody. Somebody
Yeah.
called me and I told them my whole thing.
So who was some of your favorite Stockton artists to work with that kind of stood out to you?
You said who? You said what? Who?
Who were some of your favorite Stockton artists? It can be singers, it can be rappers, uh, that kind of stood out to you. Which ones do you remember as just like being like really professional, really stand out?
Oh yeah, I like Knowledge Bone was one of the favorites. You know what I mean? Knowledge Bone was one of the favorites. Melly
So
Mel, Mel the Mad Scientist is one of the favorites. You know what I mean? Mental illness is one of the famous. I deal with a couple of them cats, from their studio, and it was um, Playgirl Slim was another one. You know what I mean? Little B was another one.
Mm-hmm.
Winston singing like a motherfucker. He
Oh
was
yeah,
and everybody sleep on Winston for some reason. You know what I mean?
dude. And Winston got the golden voice, and he know that studio shit for real, for real.
Yeah, he do for real. Like I'm fucking with him right now. Um, yeah, it's a lot of different cats I had the honor of working with that was from the 209.
Off top, off top. Yeah, those are some. That's a nice line of mental illness. Been doing it for a long time. Uh, really putting it down. Really professional about their shit. Really got that shit cracking. They had that shit super cracking. Playgirl Slam, one of the most coldest hustlers I know when it came to that music. She didn't give a fuck. You was
Right,
gonna hear her shit. You was gonna see her shit. She used to she
right.
used to
I
push her
admire
shit.
real, real.
She stayed on grind mode. I remember I tell everybody the story whenever they mention her. I was out in Sacramento, proudly helped push her CDs, help sell them. You know what I'm saying? Just she would get up and grind.
Yeah, I always wanted to work with you too, but Will had kept you sheltered from me, man. I don't know what was going on.
Well, it ain't never too late, man. You know it's
Yeah,
2026. We might have to put something together.
yeah, we definitely gonna have to put something together, man. No doubt about that.
Definitely. I got a couple of ideas in mind with some people that still pushing their shit and really. I just feel like it's Stockton's time right now, and the whole world is looking. And if we can really do one if we really come together and collaborate on one solid push, I think the door is open enough that we can get in that motherfucker for real, for real.
Right, right. Yeah, I agree. I agree because like you said, all eyes is on Stockton right now. You feel me? And it's showing. You know what I mean? It's definitely showing, man. Because they feeling G's for some reason. You know what I mean? I'm not even saying for some reason because people is really like sleep on G's because they trying to mix them in with that drill rap, which
Mm,
yeah, drill rap and gangster rap is kind of like nowadays it's similar, but it really ain't similar. You know what I mean? Gangster rap is when you talking about your life story of, you know what I mean, how you was brought up. Drill rap is what you talking about doing to somebody. You know what I mean? That's just
yeah.
something. That's my impression of it. You feel me?
Hmm.
So but I think they getting it twisted. But now they seeing the songs, they seeing the different songs that he come out with, and they like, okay, this is a little bit different from what we used to, but
Right.
it's real life events.
Yeah. Yeah. Jesus getting a lot of love in the comments. Calvin Fat said Jesus as solid as they come. You feel
Yeah.
me? So Insane said Erupt was a classic album.
Oh yeah. How can I forget about Erupt? I don't know how I forgot about Erupt like that. Boy, man, hey, you know what I mean? I gave Erupt the game that he had, and he ran with it. Boy, I said, boy, this dude is something else. Yeah, I missed you. Rest in peace, Erupt, man.
Kiwi Kaki said, Jen, can we get a DRP album?
Man, DRP was about to come out with a smacking album before I got locked up. Man, that album goes so crazy. I be tripping on it because I be ready to release that thing right now. You feel me? But it's just out of touch right now on what's going on. That's all.
They want that GRP for sure, for sure, for sure,
That
for sure.
DRP, man, that DRP ain't no joke.
Yeah, man. So, do you feel like situations in life, if it wasn't for those situations that kind of took you away from the game a little bit, where do you think things would have went?
I think things would have went in the right direction. You feel me? But you gotta, everything is a sacrifice. You know what I mean? I wouldn't completely sacrifice what I needed to sacrifice to really make this music thing work because, you know, at times, you know what I mean, if things ain't going the way you want them to go, you really stop. You might believe in yourself 80%, but that other, you know what I mean, that other 20% really matters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you can be, anything can happen. You know what I mean? So by you not believing in yourself 100% can take away everything. And that's
Mm.
what basically happened. You know what I mean? Dipping and dabbling and staying in my old ways. You know what I mean? Staying in the game, and that, that took us away from, you know what I mean?
You
Future.
know,
You
I
know
feel
what I
you.
mean?
It's hard to balance though. Like I think if there was more, I want to say the word support, but it's so cliche, but it's true. If there was support, more support for upcoming artists, the real talented artists will really have a way, because it's hard to be put all that time into your craft, but then at the same time you got to go out and make money. At the same time you got this obligation, that obligation. If the music was paying, it would be so much better for everybody. If people was really supporting, it would be so much better for everybody. The artist can then make more music that the people love without having to sacrifice this and that and be took from the game, trying to take chances, you know what I'm saying? Because people love it, you feel me? But people wait until other people love it to love it. And that's just so backwards.
Right, right. And like you said, it's a hard balance, man. But you have to choose. You got to pick your own poison. You know what I mean? And the consequences that come with it. You know what I mean? Because like you say, if you choose the other road, it can detour you from everything. You know what I mean? It's a lot that you can lose, and we've seen that even with J-Bo. You feel me? If you don't know how to take the right road, boom, you can lose everything just like that. And that's what
Yeah. One
especially if
bad
you
decision.
ain't got no solid people around you. You know?
Yeah, one bad decision can take you left, far, so far left. And I think what you just said is so important. You gotta have solid people around you. You gotta have people that love you for who you are and not for what you do for them.
Right, exactly. And yeah, just like you said, I love you for who you are, not what you can do for 'em. 'Cause, a lot of people just be around just sort of, that's the reason why I say I don't like fans. I like supporters. You know what I mean? Fans are just fake ass niggas. You know what I mean? That just want to be around. The supporters just gonna support you just because they love what you're doing and love what you got going on. You know what I mean? And just want to see you prosper. You know what I mean? So it's hard. It's hard to choose the right road sometimes because you know what I mean. You can deviate, like you said. You just want life hits you, and
I'm glad you was able to bounce back, because sometimes you don't bounce back. It'd be your
right,
last bad decision.
right, right, right. I think
It can be everything.
I'm able to bounce back. You feel me? I'm able to get back into the what I love to do. You know what I mean? And give opportunities to others that want to see their kids prosper and want to come up in this game too.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, I got some ideas, man. I'm gonna have to run by you, man. I think it's the perfect time right now for certain people to come together and really push something now that the whole world is looking. And and you definitely, definitely, definitely is gonna be one of the first people I call for show for show. Stockton ain't down yet. We ain't down yet. We almost there, but we almost there. We just gotta execute. That's a key way to essentially have people who can execute.
You gotta keep pushing, man. You know what I mean? Just keep pushing. And keep the unity, man. You know what I mean? Everybody, you ain't gotta, you can't catch a body and think you're gonna, you know what I mean? You think you're gonna live the life that you want to live, man. You know what I mean? Because everything comes full circle, and
That's
and
deep.
everybody nowadays, in order to be a rapper or something like that, they gotta do something to somebody else. You hear me?
Right. You ain't got to step on your neighbor in order to come up.
Right. Definitely, definitely. Man. You gotta teach these kids the right thing, though. You know what I mean? What motherfuckers seeing on the internet ain't real, man. That shit is fake. You feel me? Falsified. You feel me? That's how I look at it. It's entertainment, man. Don't get mixed up in the hype. You know what I mean?
That's deep and that's real, man. I say it all the time. It's like there's There's what you see, and then there's real life. You know, when them cameras turn off, then people go back to their real life and they live a whole different life. And but they just sold you some shit that you just really took to heart. It's like I be telling females sometimes how Cardi B, she said, I don't cook, I don't clean, but I still got that ring. But then the next week she's on Instagram frying chicken and cleaning up her kitchen.
Right,
But
right.
but she telling y'all to live this way and selling albums, but then when you see her in real life, it's a whole different story.
And people, they don't know how to take the entertainment part of it and decipher it from their real life. You feel me? Like real life and entertainment is two different things. Motherfuckers say anything that sounds good. Like I said, a pair of lips will say anything. But at the end of the day, it's really how you really living, what you really doing in life. You know what I mean? You might say, shit, I don't need a job, but next thing you know, nigga working. You feel me? You see him at work. You like, oh, I thought you said I don't need a job, nigga. That was content. You feel me? You feel me? You know what I mean?
Yeah. You
You
watch this
gotta,
shit on
you gotta
TV,
account.
nigga, I don't need no job. I'm in these streets. And you pull up, that nigga asks you for your Chick-fil-A order and shit. Like, nigga got bills too.
You feel me? Nigga actually working for Amazon and shit. You feel me?
Straight up, straight up.
Oh man, you know what I mean? It's content. Don't take everything literally that you see on this internet. You know what I mean? That can fuck you up. Like I tell people, man, get off the internet, man. Don't believe everything you see on the internet, man. Pick
Yeah,
up a book. Pick up a motherfucking book, man.
straight up, straight up. I think a lot of people want it to be. I think a lot of people wanted to be living what the drill rap about. How they be, oh, I'm smoking on this pack and I'm smoking on the I pack and blah blah blah. I think these people took it to heart. Like, oh, we have to really live like that. Like that's cool. Like let's go. And a lot of those people that came out with that shit, they got their bag and they got out.
Or they in the graveyard.
Or
But
they, you know,
I'm gonna say it like this. You know what I mean? A lot of people think that's a quick way of coming up because now they got clout. They feel like they got clout. You feel me? But not knowing that's a quick way to get you murdered too. You feel me? Get you out the way too. Because when you do something to somebody, best believe they looking for you. You feel me? Retaliation ain't too far around the corner. You know what I mean?
retaliation never ends. Sometimes,
Yeah. So if you want to live your life like that, looking behind your back, watching every car that pass by and all this old weird ass shit, then how you gonna enjoy your motherfucking money?
right?
You feel me? How you gonna enjoy the fruits of your labor? If
Mm,
you worry about everything that goes on around you, you can't even go sit in front of your mama house. You can't even go sit in front of no. You feel me? Because
mm.
niggas looking for you. How you gonna enjoy yourself?
You putting your own mama in danger by visiting and shit. Niggas see your car
Right,
and shit.
right. Because niggas don't care no more. Niggas come up and let off a whole hundred in your car with your mama. They don't care. You feel? So you
That's
know,
facts. That's facts.
you want to enjoy
Insane.
yourself
I need
out
a
here.
Richie Rich verse.
What you say?
Insane said he needs a Richie Rich verse. Dust your pen off.
Oh, I still got it a little bit. I can still, hey, the words of Belly Girl, I can still put it down where it can't be lifted. You feel me?
Let's get it. Let's get it. Cali Fat said insane. Uh, uh, he still got ink in his pen, fam. You still got ink in your pen?
Oh, definitely that. I still got some ink in my pen, man. My pen game is crazy, really.
Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, yeah. You definitely drop some gems, man. You definitely drop some gems, and I hope we can elevate the city back on track to where shit is productive again.
I
Definitely.
definitely gonna try, bro. With y'all help, man, we can do it. I think we can do it, man. I think Stockton really want it more than they don't want it, to be honest.
Hmm.
I think they really
That's a good
want
way to put it. You right though. We want it more than we don't want it. We be proud when we see somebody kind of make it out. You feel me? Like Stockton is one proud town. We love being from Stockton. And when somebody do something even halfway decent, it's like go go go. We all root. You know what I'm saying? It's time. It's time to bring people together, and it's time to really take control of our industry and to take our power back. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I agree with that 100, bro. 100, for real. You know, Stockton just gotta, you know what I mean, bind back together, man. You know what I mean? Because we like ain't man, we stronger together, man. We stronger together, man. I don't give a fuck what nobody says.
Facts. Well, shit, I'm gonna let you go, man. I know you got important shit to do. I really appreciate you popping out on the motherfucking crash out. I really appreciate everybody that's tuned in right now. Everybody that's tuned in. You feel me? I let y'all know I was bringing him, and here he is. Hey, shout outs to Devastator. Devastator's in the building too.
Stayed in the building, huh? Way out there in Texas. What's up, there? You feel me?
Off top, off top, off top. Much love to you, man. If you need anything, let me know, man. We gotta come up with some shit, man. We gotta come up with some ideas, man. We gotta get some shit popping this year.
Okay, no doubt, bro. I'm with it. I'm with it. Just hit me. You got my number. You can hit me in the inbox. You know what's happening, bro. I'm here. I'm available.
Where do we find your artists? How can we check your artists out?
You can find my artists on Distro Kid. You can find them on Instagram. You know what I mean? At To The Face ENT Black World. You can find them at To The Face Records ENT Black World. You feel me?
So y'all get that? Y'all hear that? I'm gonna leave something in the comments, or if you can, drop a link so everybody can go check it out. But I really appreciate you sliding through, man. It's all love, brother. Thank you for all the work you put in the game and for what you continue to do for the people and for the city, for real.
No doubt. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Off top, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Two-Face himself, Richie, motherfucker. Rich, straight up on the crash out. Y'all know what time it is, man. Appreciate you coming out, brother. Off top. One. Amazing person. Once in a lifetime talent, generational mind right there. You feel me? Straight up. Man, yeah, we gotta bring Two-Face back, y'all. We gotta get this shit. We gotta get this shit cracking. We gotta bring it back. I think that's a great idea. Bring that shit back in a real way. I mean, we gotta support that. You know what it is, but man, what a great interview. Thank y'all for popping out with me. I might crash back out, you know what I'm saying? But we got a couple little errands I gotta run. But yes, shout outs to the homie for pulling up. Shout outs to everybody that is trying to see Stockton be better, that's trying to see something different for our town. It is time to come together and really push. And I'm trying to put something together, trying to put something big together. Shout out to all the homies from Mental Illness. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in, everybody that shared it, everybody that shared the live. You feel me? I go by the name of Ncredable. I go by the name of Ncredable. I go by the name of Ncredable, aka Big Cred. And this has been an episode of the Crash Out Podcast. Gone.
Crash Out Podcast, incredible film, Crash Out Podcast, y'all niggas better crash out.
Shout out to Ncredable Films. It's your girl Lil Taylor in the building. We lit. Period.
Blood checking in. Shout out to Ncredable Films and the Crash Out Podcast. Y'all tune in.
Shout out to Ncredable Films and the Best Podcast, After My Podcast, Crash Out Podcast, gang. Man, don't be scared, don't be no punk, it's all about shit. Crash out.
You already know Shaman Radio, Big Man. We out here. Shout out to the Crash Out Podcast.